Hello, my lovely writers. How are you? So, I have made the conscious decision to embrace AI and the use of AI, which you may or may not have seen me doing around and about. And I know that for some of you, you're a little bit more reticent about using it. You may even be quite anti it and quite aggressive about not using it. But I wanted to just sort of give my argument as to why I think this is a tool that we should all be embracing, manyfold. First of all, I think just the biggest elephant in the room is that it's here to stay, and no matter what people are saying right now, it's going to be more increasingly part and parcel of the way that we write and how we create our stories and put them out into the world, and a more and more integral part of our authorpreneur journey. It's here, it's there, it's not going away. We have to accept it. And so for me, one of the things that I think back on and has made me decide to embrace this is, I remember when Kindle came out. I remember when the first ebooks were available on Amazon. And I remember distinctly being at my grandparents' house and having this conversation with my parents and my grandparents about how, and this is my own snobbery here, saying, I don't think it will take off. You know, e-publishing, that is just for people who can't get an agent. It's not real publishing. Oh, how wrong I was. How wrong I was. It's not a substitute for finding an agent and a traditional deal. It's an alternative. And now here I am going down that route myself. I was very, very slow off the uptake with that. I missed the kind of golden years of that, and now I'm playing catch up. And so I've made the conscious decision that I don't want to make that same mistake with artificial intelligence. I want to be using it. It's here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to get better and better and more used, to the point where we can't tell the difference if it's being used or not. So I want to be part of that. I want to use that. I want to use that technology and those tools that can help me. And I would even argue that people who write their books using AI is a creative endeavor, that it's a form of creation. Those people may not be sitting down with a pen and paper and writing their first draft by hand, but they are being the creative director of the story that they're putting out into the world. They are coming up with the idea initially, or they're brainstorming with ChatGPT or Claude or whoever it is that they use. They're brainstorming, they're making decisions. They get to be the creative director on this project. They determine what is going to be used, what's not, what direction the story is going to take, how it's going to be refined, how it's going to be finessed, the types of characters that they want to use, the types of stories that they want to use, the tone and the voice that they want the AI machine to use. All of that is going to be within their creative control. And so they'll be the creative director of that book, rather necessarily than the author of that book. So I don't necessarily want to go down that route. One of the things I love about writing is that hand to brain thing of writing my books. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy that first drafting. But others will. However, where I do love to use AI, and I think it's so useful, is that I can take a plot line that I've got and I can feed it into AI and I can say, what do you think? I can ask it, what do you think? Where are the plot holes in this? Where can you see things that don't match up in this? And it will bounce back to me. You know, I can see a plot hole here, here, and here. Sometimes it will come back to me and say, yeah, you've got something a bit obvious here as well. You maybe need to think up something a bit more original. And I can ask it, oh, okay, well, can you help? Because if I can't think of something, can you help me out? And it will give me some ideas. Sometimes the idea is in and of itself is really good and I can incorporate it. Sometimes it's a great trigger for me to have an idea about what I think will fit in the story. So using it as a planning tool, something to kind of plot a story with and see if that plot has major holes in it, I can use AI for that. I've also used it in terms of, I've fed my book into AI and I've said, can you tell me what tropes are used in this? Can you tell me the tone of this book? And just asked it to give me feedback on the book that I've written. Now that feedback I can then use in advertising, I can then use in my blurbs, I can use in my ad copy. I can use it in different ways like that. And it just gives me more in-depth, gives me more insight into the work that I'm doing. I definitely use it for adverts. I definitely use it for copy, to say to people, come and buy this book, and tell people more about it. Blurbs are just such a difficult thing for authors to write, and so I use it to help me with blurbs. There's a multitude of ways in which you can use AI, and I really encourage you not to just cut your nose off to spite your face with this because you believe the old ways are the best. Be inquisitive about this. You're a writer, you're an observer, you're interested in the world and how it works. So just be inquisitive about it. You don't have to incorporate any of these things. You don't have to use them in your writing, but nor do you get to dismiss them that other people are and using these tools to help them in a way that works. It's not going away. It's going to be here for the long haul. It's going to increasingly be part of everything that we do. Don't miss the boat on this, don't get left behind. I know that often we don't like change. I don't like change very often. And that was why I was really reticent to get on board with Amazon. But I don't want to be so far behind the curve this time. I want to try and keep up a little bit this time. I want to see how this can benefit me and how it can be useful to me and help me. You know yourself that writing, being an entrepreneur, there's a lot of hats to wear. As an authorpreneur, not only are you the writer, but you are the publisher, you're the marketer, you're the business person as well, you're the CEO. All of these things we have to do. It's a lot of hats. And if I can use an AI tool to help me with some of those and help me along the way, use it as a critique partner, use it as a sounding board, as a way to brainstorm, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If it's going to help me write a better story that readers will like and want to read, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. So I know that some of you are resistant. Some of you are just nervous about it. But I do encourage you to just be inquisitive about it. Just open your ears, have a little listen, see what other people are saying, see what other people are doing. How could you use this tool to make your life better without feeling like you are cheating, without feeling that you're losing your integrity? Remember, even if you choose to write your book using entirely AI, you're still the creative director. It's still your name on the page, and it's still your ideas that are coming to the forefront. So this is a fun new era. It's going to change everything, and that's really, really exciting. We're just going to write in different ways, tell our stories in different ways, and use these new tools to help us do that. So I hope you can see where I'm coming from. I hope it's maybe going to give you a little bit of encouragement to be open to it and see where it goes, and see how you can maybe use it to enhance your own authorpreneur life. All right, take care for now. Bye.